Hello everybody, it's AlienButlerBlunders and welcome back to a brand new feature-length video today. I'm going to be showing off these wonderful little Invicta vintage dinosaur toys I picked up recently. You do quite often see these secondhand in charity shops or flea markets or car boot sales. So they're from one of the oldest kind of modern dinosaur toy companies. They were producing quite a few models in the 70s and 80s for the Natural History Museum, but they kind of phased out. And it's because of them that we have the kind of toy companies we have today. The Carnegie Collection, which was the in America, which is the first really kind of famous toy company, but this is probably the one which started it all, this little British company. And as you can see from the bottom of these models, they were all produced for the Natural History Museum there in the 70s and 80s, and there isn't too much officially online about them. You do kind of find wiki groups, but it seems that there isn't kind of too much on the internet about them, except that they're not kind of around anymore as a company. And I just wanted to say that they're really nice little figures. This, from when I saw this secondhand, this was the nicest figure I saw. This wonderful little iguanodon, and I've realised something as kind of a dinosaur figure collector is that accuracy doesn't always matter, and that this is kind of a retro kind of kangaroo tail dragging pose iguanodon, and it's now known today that it was a lot more horse like, and it would have walked on like quadrupedal mostly all of the time, and this is kind of a very retro look for it, almost bipedal retro look with very stumpy legs and this like incredibly fat tail, but that's fine. It's just very nicely kind of muscled, and there's kind of a lovely sag on it, which is very kind of naturalistic, very cool. And the iguanodon's probably about, as you can see from my ruler there, it's about 18 centimeters long, so it's just a really cool little vintage figure, very, very cool. And then there's this Triceratops, which is, as you can see on the bottom there, it's dated to 1975, I think, so it seems like one of the older ones they made. And it's just lovely, really nice little detailed model, and it seems like it was inspired by Charles Knight, the famous American paleo artist who kind of drew Triceratops with these kind of scoots down the side, which is very cool. And it's kind of hunchbacked at the hips, but it's kind of got this very nice kind of weight to it. Very kind of powerful looking animal, and it's just a really nice little figure. And there's the Stegosaurus there with a kind of the drooping sag, which they don't think it had today, but it's still kind of really cool. Nice little detailed eye. And I am just blown away seeing these now that I'm older, that they're really, really detailed little figures. And even though they're cast in just one colour, it's just really nice. And the Stegosaurus is just really cool. Really cool little figure. And they're all in proportion, I think, in size proportion. I think the iguanodon's probably a tiny bit too big, but that's fine. If it's all to the same scale, and the Slidosaurus is a bit too big, but that's fine. But anyway, yeah, the Slidosaurus is like a kind of chocolate brown colour, but it's one of the oldest dinosaurs, and one of the oldest dinosaurs studied in the Victorian era in the 19th century, and it's just a really cool little British animal. You don't often see toys of this animal, so it's kind of interesting that they went for such an obscure kind of dinosaur, but it's cool. It kind of reminds me of a hedgehog in a way, with kind of like little dumpy creature with like sprawled limbs, and they do have this kind of sprawling look to them, but that's fine, whatever. And this one here is very nice. It's a little woolly mammoth, which is very nice, and it's actually cast with two different types of plastic. So there's this white plastic for the tusks, and the body's just this solid kind of chocolate coloured plastic, and it's just really nice, lovely little thin legs, and there's all the weight concentrated at the top of the body, and it just very nice, very naturalistic little figure, and it's just really, really cool, really, really cool. And what can I say other than that? Invicta models are just lovely, really lovely little figures, and I'd recommend picking them up again and adding them to your collection. And they are just cool. Just the colours are really nice. It's just really refreshing to see vintage models now and again. So that's it today. Not much more to say other than that I've got a few more videos, unpackagings, and music videos to come. So just stay posted for all my content, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So thanks for watching today.